All right, here we are. Game 2 between Immortals and CES. Game 1 by Immortals won very quickly, 21 minutes in. And let's see if they can repeat that coming into Game 2. As you take a look, Immortals, they've banned out the Rubik, Earth Spirit, Brewmaster, Luna, and Omni Knight. CES, they've banned out the Night Stalker, Winter Wyvern, Puck, and Dazzle. Tiny Clockwork for Immortals, while CES have picked up the Shadow Demon and the Kunkka.
Radiant's turn to pick.
Way to really line up the Torrent, Shadow Demon with the Lockdown of Disruption. X marks the spot there for CES as well. But meanwhile, you've got the Tiny, you've got the position for Clockwork ready to go for Immortals. And we've seen Clockwork, we've seen Tiny in the past, and it is a pretty strong duo. And Tiny, who ramps up pretty quickly, could ultimately serve to be a problem for the side of CES. Now here with the pushing power and the early annoyance of Dual Breath and Liquid Fire of Jakiro. So Jakiro, Clockwork, Tiny Jakiro, pretty sure is in that 5 spot, Clockwork in the 4, and then Tiny here in the core role for Immortals.
5 seconds remaining.
So Immortals, Tiny, Clockwork, Jakiro, CS, Shadow Demon, and Kunkka. They ban out the Medusa, so they're basically, they've banned out 3 on the lineup of Immortals. They pick up the Sand King, so even more lockdown for the side of CES.
Seconds.
5 seconds remaining.
So you've got the X, you've got the Torrent, you've got the Burrow Strike from CES. We'll see if Kunkka is going to be in a core position or Sand King in a core role. I would assume that maybe Shadow Demon 5, Kunkka 4, with Sand King in a core position. We'll have to see what CES want to do, especially when we'll get more of a clue of that later in their lineup. Immortals, they go with the Silencer. So Silencer, Jakiro, Clockwork, Tiny for Immortals.
10 seconds.
Could be a core Silencer, could put him mid.
5 seconds remaining.
Definitely have to see how Immortals want to play with that Silencer. Where CES want to go with the rest of their lineup, they end up picking the Viper. So Viper, Sand King, Kunkka, Shadow Demon. And with X and the Viper, there really is no running away from him. And Viper going to be strong early on. Viper is a very strong hero early game, mid game, but does fall off as this game goes later. And the problem now is you kind of have to deal with a Tiny who is strong in the mid game and towards that late game. That combined with the fact that Jakiro is going to be pushing in, Clockwork will have that hook. We'll see if he goes for the Ags with the lockdown there. Global Silence can shut down this CES lineup. No Boat would follow it up. No Epicenter. It's a scary lineup in terms of team fight for Immortals. CES, they are looking, I would say, for their safe laner, and Shrek is going to be banned out by Immortals. Even more lockdown banned out.
Ten seconds left by my count. 5 seconds remaining.
So Sven banned out by CES.
Turn to pick.
They are going to pick up this Terrorblade, and it was a hero I was talking about in the previous draft where Terrorblade behind really isn't in too much danger of losing the game. He could be down 5, 10, 15,000, still make his way back with a couple of good team fights, really carry a team on his shoulders. But with a good start, Terrorblade can also rock this game and really prove to be an issue for Immortals, who pick up Naga Siren to finish off this draft. So MP going to pick up that tiny Febby on the Clockwork 4, Silencer in the 5 spot, QO. It's going to be a core Naga Siren and a off-lane Jakiro. Meanwhile, for the side of CES, MJW on the Sand King, who was off-lane with that Underlord last game, and Kunkka was playing that Earth Spirit last game, and he'll be in that 4 spot / 4/5 spot. Here we go, game 2. Gonna be ready to go. We'll see if Immortals can stomp down the CES side once again. We'll take a look as we go around the horn. Again, this is going to be QO on the Naga Siren, MP on the Tiny, Jakiro played by Farev, Febby on the Clockwork, Dubu on the Silencer. For the other side, CES, DK on that Viper, Mario playing the Shadow Demon, Annihilate is on the TB, MJW with the Sand King, and finally that Kunkka played by Boruto, who I think is way 2. He was with them with the open qualifiers, but I am still not 100% certain. Ready to go once this pause is up. And you know, late game Terrorblade's gonna be pretty strong. We'll see if Tiny can really outfight this TV with the help of the Naga Siren. A little later on, we'll see what the build is gonna be for this Naga. MP is going to play this Tiny over safe lane. If there's just going to be heavy aggression the whole game, go for that Blink Dagger, Blink, Toss, Avalanche with the rest of his team, especially into, you know, have that Cogs with the Dual Breath. Just so much chase available for the side of Immortals. But on the other side, CES, they have quite a bit of lockdown ready to go for them, and that could really hurt Immortals, especially this Tiny. Burrow Strike, X, Torrent, Disruption. Lock that down with a Metamorphosis, Terrorblade, and a hard-hitting mid-game Viper. Tiny might have too much thrown his way to be able to beat.
30 seconds to battle.
I have to see really how MP's going to play it, and you know, how they're going to attack this CES side, who with a good start could really throw Immortals down and take game 2, force a game 3. So it looks like the bounty runes will be 2 apiece. QO grabbing this top Radiant side, Farev grabbing the top Dire side, and Annihilate MJW will split their bounty runes. You take a look, Annihilate over mid, so this is going to be a mid TB with looking like DK is going to go top, and then the off lane is going to be run by MJW. Meanwhile, Mario and this Kunkka are coming over. They've got Torrent, they've got Disruption. They're looking for the early kill on QO, especially with the TB who picked up Metamorphosis. The lockdown should be enough, and there it is. There's the Metamorphosis with the Disruption. The Torrent lined up. That's going to hit, and QO's going to be in a lot of trouble. The power, or really the damage, isn't too much. There's so many illusions here from QO that you just don't know who to go after, and what looked to almost be first blood isn't going to go their way. So QO survives. Metamorphosis used. Metamorphosis, a 4th duration left on it. And Immortals, they'll be happy with that with the long cooldown that it's on with 2 minutes and 20 seconds. You take a look over bottom. MJW just here as the Sand King. Dubu searching the trees for him, looking around like a bit of a Slender Man through this jungle. MJW just hiding, looking for the notes. But MP, he's happy to just farm up, and top of the CES chart, they finally catch out MJW. MP just going to continue to farm. There's no real reason to go after him with only Avalanche and Toss. They'll probably not get that kill. But now Kunkka as well as the Shadow Demon have made their way over. You've got Febby here with Forev, so they do have to be a little bit careful if they want to go in. But right away, there's the disruption. Febby gonna get hit by the Torrent as well. The dual breath through onto this Kunkka. Now they start to chase Mario, who also had that Soul Catcher out on Febby with the Battery Assault, the Cogs locking in Mario. The Liquid Fire coming through. It's gonna be first blood for Immortals. DK now getting chased. They look the other way. They maybe look for another dual breath out onto DK, but you don't want to really harass that Viper too much. Get slowed up and killed off yourself. So MP level 3 having a good time over safe lane, over mid. QO 11-0 in front of Annihilate. Metamorphosis back online. I wouldn't be surprised to see a rotation come out. X marks the spot, lands with the Torrent. That's going to hold Forev back for just a moment, but DK's there with the Cogs, with the Battery Assault. DK getting chased with Dual Breath and Liquid Fire almost off cooldown. They might be able to get the kill, but DK too far away. And Forev can't land that Dual Breath, can't get that kill, but you take a look over bottom. MP very low. Caustic, Soul Catcher, all doing quite a bit of damage to him. The damage increased by 20%. The tree thrown at MJW. MP's got to watch out with the Shadow Demon here. Not too careful. MP, not a lot of health. No armor right now. Could find himself dropping. Tree thrown again. He picks him up. He throws him at the enemy side. Mario at about half health. MJW sitting there as well. Take a look over mid, and QO Annihilate just trading blows, but QO ahead. Top of the CS chart is the Tiny. Follow that up by Forev and Immortals. They're leading their lanes and having a pretty good time. DK only 9-4, and this Sand King only 4-1. So the farm not really getting there for CES. Meanwhile, Immortals, they're happy with the way all these lanes are going. Really find no issue with it. They're going to look for the Disruption Soul Catcher again, but even then, don't know if MP's really going to drop. Maybe with the Kunkka here, they can line up the lockdown, get the kill. Mario really putting pressure on him with Kunkka leading the charge. So MP's got to be a little bit careful if they do line up the X, the Disruption, the Torrent, and the Burrow Strike. It might be enough lockdown to get the kill. But again, you've got Dubu here. You've got him with the Glaives, the 2 in the Arcane Curse. So going in and really committing to this without a silence, and if you get hit by the Avalanche Toss, could find yourself dying. Coming over is Febby and locking him in with the Cogs. Annihilate in a bit of trouble. He breaks out those Cogs. The Battery Assault locking him in a little bit longer. QO trying to give chase. The Burrow Strike on 2. Tower hits away at QO. Annihilate thinking about turning, but there's that Riptide. Gets the kill. MJW not enough for Burrow Strike again. Caustic Finale sewing him, and the Mango's eaten. Burrow Strike available. Avoided! QO! Oh my god, he gets the avoid there from the Burrow Strike, thanks to the fact of the mirror image, and MJW doesn't even get the return kill. You take a look over a little bit lower. Febby getting low. He's got Soul Catcher on him, but he looks to get a kill on Mario. Doesn't lock him in with the Cogs. Metamorphosis used. One more shot will get the kill, but we'll see if he's able to come in close enough. It doesn't go to Annihilate. It goes to Mario, and I think they'll take that trade on Immortals. So very well done there by the Naga. QO avoiding with that mirror image.
Bounty.
2 and 3, 2 in mirror image, 3 in Riptide. QO getting shredded here by the Metamorphosis. Annihilate terribly. So again, this is laning stages going very well for Immortals. They found themselves a 2,000 net worth advantage. Heading over top is MJW as well as this Shadow Demon, and it looks like it'll be an easy kill onto Forev. They get the kill, but meanwhile over mid, Annihilate drops. It's a better trade coming out for Immortals.
They're trying to bring down Radiant's top tower.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Head over towards bottom. Tiny just carrying this tree as best he can. Heading over towards this Kunkka, and you've got Dubu here, you've got MP using the tangos to juke them, and there's the Arcane Curse, the Avalanche hits, but the Torrent's there to lock him in. There's the last word, gonna silence up this Kunkka, just trying to buy some time, and with the toss, with the couple of hits, he's getting very low, but he's not dead just yet. Still surviving, still running, and looking like he's gonna make it all the way back. He's still just making some space as they get another kill on Forev, finally falling. But over top, Forev drops again. They get the kill onto the Kunkka, but losing Jakiro, not exactly too amazing. Take a look over mid, QO getting low with DK and MJW coming through. Burrow Strike lands another kill for CES.
Radiant's middle tower is
And
under
this
attack.
is just starting to look good for CES right now. They've got Terrorblade, who's found a little bit of farm, but really not all too much. If we take a look at the net worth list, he's top for his team, but behind 3 heroes. The Sunder comes out, Forev down below half health. Febby coming through, no hook shot, but does have cogs. Mario making his way over. Disruption and the Soul Casher might help out with the DK coming over. The Disruption's thrown onto the Terrorblade. Febby might find himself going down, as well as Forev, who has to try and get himself out of there. The dual breath hits on Annihilate, getting very low with the last word. We'll see if he falls. He will with the damage over time. And it ends up being a 1-4-2, and Forev still alive with a double kill. The dual breath comes out. MJW with the last hit finally ends up being another kill for CES. So 6-6. Still a 2,000 net worth lead here for the side of Immortals. We take a look at QO with the Soul Ring. Annihilate coming over. No Metamorphosis for a minute and a half. Take a look at MP looking for the S and Y. Disruption out onto Febby. They start to look to chase over on Mario. We'll see if they can maybe find a toss into Cog's Battery Assault, but over towards top. Forev gonna fall. Dubu gets the return kill on DK. Dubu trying to run himself away. MJW still looking to chase. Has not enough for that Burrow Strike, so Arcane Curse comes through. MJW is gonna be in a little bit of trouble, stuck inside these trees. MP
Dire fortified their
not gonna
structures.
go for the kill. MJW just sticks in the trees and survives.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. I'll take your tribute.
Marks the spot onto Febby, pulls him back. Torrent hits, no follow-up.
Same as you, Tidehunter.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
So 7-7, you see Viper, you see the Sand King starting to pull ahead in terms of net worth. The problem is the DK who's, alright, the problem is the Terrorblade who's behind. Not a huge deal. As I said earlier that, you know, Terrorblade can come back from very far behind. We'll have to see how this Terrorblade farms and if Immortals can shut him down. If they could shut down this Terrorblade well enough, they might be able to take this game, but starting to push ahead is CES, and if Terrorblade can catch up, that can ultimately serve to be a problem for the side of Immortals. Terrorblade, who hits just so hard, pushes so fast. Really got to watch out if you're the side of Immortals on this Terrorblade. Game paused right now. 1,000 net worth lead for Immortals. Just waiting for this Terrorblade to come back. Let's take a look at his items. Just treads for right now. Viper looking for the Veil next. Sand King, I would say, is looking for a blink, but he's gone for the urn. Take a look over at the other side. Immortals, MP, or QO, excuse me. Looking for the Boots of Travel. MP now on this tiny has the Yasha looking for the Sanj. And then Forev, who's died a couple of times now, falling out of that net worth favor, has himself treads and looking for the Veil in a 4-staff. Have to see how this goes once the Terrorblade comes back. Hopefully not too long as we wait. But we'll have to see. Back he is, but Immortals, they need a minute themselves. And we'll be underway, hopefully, in under 60 seconds. So, this is the first round of MDL qualifiers. I think the winner of the other game plays, or the winner of Optic versus IDC MMR plays VGJ Storm, and the winner of, or no, maybe they play DC, and the winner of this plays VGJ Storm. But I think that's coming up next, the VGJ Storm game. So we'll have to see. There's a game scheduled for 4 o'clock. Then there's going to be a bit of a break as there's a matchup set for 10 o'clock as well. So, still waiting. There's the G. We are ready to go. There's the urn picked up on MJW. We finally are underway after a bit of a long pause. And MP up here with Ferev. They're going to start to push this tower. Should be an easy push with the Liquid Fire. At level 3, 4 in Dual Breath, 3 in Liquid Fire. Just continuing to push. These creeps are going to go down very quickly, as well as this tower. No rotations coming out just yet, but they are, as I say that, coming out from behind. You've got the Burrow Strike hitting with the Disruption. MP very low, already dropped off. The Torrent hits. Ferev trying to get out and will. And I said no rotations, but all 5 make their way over top. Wow. All 5 here for 1 kill. And hopefully a tower of their own. They're trying to push MJW in a very nice position. This is, for right now at least, Naga has some space to continue farming. Gotta find a way to really try and defend this tower. They've used the Glyph, the Dual Breath out on MJW. Febby coming around, not level 6 just yet. Halfway there, but with the hook shot, maybe they could have gone in. They just don't have anything to go in on the side of CES, who don't actually take this tower. So MP just gonna farm up. Not hitting any of that CS. Let's take a look at QO, who's got the Boots of Travel, I'd say, on its way. Or not, actually not farmed up just yet. Thought it was just defusal, but does not have a farm. Despite losing MP over top, top 3 on the net worth is still Immortals. But again, that next 4 is kind of scary for CES. You take a look at Annihilate, who is... Global Silence comes through. You take a look over top. Ferev trying to make chase. The hookshot comes through onto the Viper. He's locked in with the Cogs and the battery. You saw the X marks the spot, as well as the ulti coming out from DK. Immortals looking like they're going to lose one. You take a look. Epicenter charged up. Dubu getting low. Epicenter hits again and again and again. And MJW with a kill on a Dubu. No response really from Immortals. They were the ones being the aggressors, and you know, it doesn't end up going well for them. When you have pickoffs like that, and CES, Song hits on the Shadow, Demon hits on Annihilate. Avalanche, as well as the Dual Breath, the toss on back. Annihilate getting very low. The Disruption might be enough to save his life. He has Thunder. If he can get it off before he dies, he won't. Ferev, he's going to get that kill. They get the Ice Path on Mario, starting to give chase. MJW hit with the Dual Breath. They're forced to retreat as Immortals are all here. And Immortals, they'll get Terrorblade and look to get this tier 1 over bottom. Burrow Strike comes through. Torrent charging it up. Hits on 3 with the boat coming through, but they've already lost MJW and we're locked in long enough to get that boat to hit on those heroes. So they lose the tier 1. And you take a look over top. DK, let's see if he's able to run away from QO. Hookshot is not going to hit QO with the mirror image. Now trying to chase. The Riptide hits. Febby with the battery assault. MP following it up. They have Toss ready with the Avalanche. DK looking very dead and will fall. Febby damage over time. Not going to be enough to take him out. You take a look over bottom. Dubu, Ferev both here. X marks the spot with the Disruption. Lining it up. And there's the Soul Catcher. Burrow Strike. Ferev very low. Very dead. Unless he can weave his way through the trees, the Torrent's not going to hit, and the Ice Path is there, but he's not going to stay alive. Meanwhile, over top, MP grabs another tower. So this is turned into a 4,000 net worth lead here for the side of Immortals.
Gold from my chest. Throw a line to Radiant's middle tower.
And it's 11 to 10, but again, we take a look at the Terrorblade, who will slowly get that farm higher and higher. We'll see if CES are able to pull back with the help of this Terrorboy. The space has got to be made, though, by the Viper, who is not really having the best of games. Ooh, take a look over mid. Arcane Curse comes out. They will grab this tier 1 over mid. Immortals are setting up, but so is CES. They're actually looking over towards QO, possibly. Metamorphosis was used, and I think that's going to run out too soon for them to maybe feel comfortable about going in on Immortals.
Dire's top tower is about to take the plunge.
So, DK just farming bottom, has to find his way back in. Net worth-wise, going for that Veil still. Now has 8% on the lifesteal with that level 10 talent. No talent taken just yet for Annihilate. He's looking for the Manta style, really playing Illusion Gaming as the side of CES. Hook shot hits onto Mario with the cogs, and they're still continuing to go in. There's the toss, and it will be avoided thanks to the disruption, but one shot from MP gets the kill. QO now with the Boots of Travel, looking for the Diffusal next. Over here in the jungle, Immortals just invading a little bit. Ward to spot them out, so they see that the 3 heroes are here. They also know that QO's in the jungle. See if he's able to farm this Diffusal Blade quickly. Meanwhile, MP with the SNY going for that Blink Dagger next should have it, at least either with this tower or with the next creep wave. Song locks in the Sand King with the Ice Path, gonna be able to Burrow Strike away, but the Ensnare hits, and MJW locked in. Macropyre across the trees. You have nowhere to hide anymore. Arcane Curse, damage over time. There's the Riptide, and QO gets the kill. Meanwhile, Global Silence comes out. It's over towards this bottom secret shop area. Is a fight breaking out, and they will grab themselves one on Mario. The boat comes through, not going to hit on anybody. Febby gets away with the cogs, and CES, they lose a couple. No answer for it really at all, as Immortals will happily take a fight that goes their way like that. Enough money for that Blink Dagger now. Has it MP. Take a look at this QO Naga. Has finished off the Diffusal Blade. So we'll see if the time has come for Immortals to be very, very aggressive with the Blink Avalanche toss of Tiny, and where he's going to look to go next. Meanwhile, DK starting to push bottom. He's got 3 heroes setting up behind him, so we'll see if this is a little bit of a bait. They've got the X onto Febby. They're in a little bit of trouble with the Torrent hitting. They might have to give him up, but there's the Avalanche coming out on 2. With the follow-up from Febby, they might be able to get themselves at least one onto the Kunkel. They'll clean him up. MP getting chased. Annihilates here with DK. They'll get the return kills of both Febby and MP. So it really was a nicely placed bait by CES. They end up losing one in the Kunkel, but they'll take that trade for the Clockwork and the Tiny kill. Metamorphosis is used by Annihilate, so they'll be forced to really look to push. We'll see if they're able to take a tier 2 or maybe even go further, and I say maybe take a tier 2. They are shredding this tower. Illusions are chasing, and maybe DK might be in a little bit of trouble. You've got Febby still here. The creeps around him blocking out a possible hook shot coming in from Febby. And now they spot him. There's the short-range hook shot with the Ice Path and the Macropyre. Epicenter on the background with the Burrow Strike hitting on 2. It might be a little bit of trouble. They might be able to turn it around. The sweep is there. Now they've got to escape. Immortals They have to start to retreat, but the X and the boat are going to be out on Dubu. They pull him back. Global Silence to follow it up. In comes MP with the blink, with the avalanche. One more shot will take out DK. They've got Annihilate here. Let's see if they're able to chase. He doesn't have Metamorphosis. The Burrow Strike hits again onto Forev. Dubu and Forev going to try and chase, but MJW's here with Annihilate. They might have enough damage to clean up a couple of these heroes on Immortals. They've lost their Viper. They're looking for more. Dubu getting very low, but now it might be Annihilate's turn to go down. The Battery Assault is there with the Cogs. Mario dead off screen to MP, and with the Liquid Fire coming through, now they're going to slow up Annihilate after taking out the Kunkka, as well as this Shadow Demon that chases on Annihilate with no heroes left. It's just him against the world, and it is looking very much like a struggle. Toss away from MP. There's the kill. Febby gets it onto Annihilate. A 4 for 1. And the Burrow Strike, will it be enough? No, it won't be. MJW dies, and it's a full team wipe for Immortals. So a very nicely done 5 for 1 trade. Huge net worth change for the side of Immortals. Now up 4,000 net worth, up there towards 5,000. That is a long duration fight that goes in favor of Immortals for sure. And they got a lot of gold going out on QO, looking for this Radiance next, and already at 2,600 gold shortly after picking up that Diffusal Blade. AC is next for MP. Picked up that Blink Dagger with the SNY Treads. Take a look at Forev. Force that finished off. Yule's coming in next. Febby been hitting all those hook shots. Now he's got the Solar Crest to help get these kills. And right as I say he's hitting all these hook shots, I eat my words. They spot Annihilate. This is a very nice ward placed here by the side of Immortals. It has MJW locked in as well. Forev's going to come through with the Ice Path as well as Macro Fire. The Arcane Curse is going to be in a lot of trouble. The Battery Assault is in, and that's going to be a kill for QO. The team locks it in, locks it up, and with that ward, it's easy pickings for Immortals. And with that, they're going to head into Roche. No Terrorblade to worry about, no Metamorphosis to worry about. Immortals right on in. With the Solar Crest, this is going to be a nicely done Roche for Immortals with the Aegis coming out, I'd say, on QO, but maybe they got to keep MP alive. He seems to be getting quite well in all these engagements this far. So there it is, Aegis picked up on MP. They're up 5,000 net worth. And the push is on thanks to this Naga. Let's take a look over. Toss Avalanche, cleaning up these creeps. MP farming very quickly. We'll see how quickly he gets that AC. So meanwhile, on the other side, top of the net worth is Terribly. Again, I said this is a hero to watch out for. If Annihilate really find a couple of team fights going their way, get a lot of farm on Annihilate, he might be able to take out the entire side of Immortals with a little bit of help from CES. The problem is DK's farm is behind. It's behind all three cores on the side of Immortals, and they just really don't have much follow-up for the side of this Terribly. The one who was helping the most is MJW, and he's starting to fall behind as he's 5-3. Take a look over top. MP grabs that top tier 2. MP and Forev are going to look to continue to push, maybe force back the heroes on the side of CES. So they start to hit at the tier 3 with the Liquid Fire. This has become a pretty quick tower take, and there's the Ice Path with the Veil. They might be in a little bit of trouble. The hook shot comes through, but it's going to hit on creeps. Maybe not going to land on his target. They're continuing to chase onto this Kunkka. X starts the spot, puts MP back into the Torrent. They've got the ensnare that's going to come through onto DK, but it's a nice Burrow Strike placed by MJW. The Global Silence follows it up, and now DK's going to be in so much trouble. He's finally going to drop. You take a look. Are they able to kill off any of these heroes on Immortals? Annihilate maybe looks to go after Febby, but they haven't killed him off just yet. MP still has that Aegis. The Avalanche comes through. There's the Torrent. It's going to land, and there's the Aegis. It's going to be popped. Are they going to even save their little boulder of a friend? The Burrow Strike's going to miss. The Blink is out from a MP, and they line up the slow, and now they start to chase. Annihilate here with the Metamorphosis locked in thanks to the Ice Path. Avalanche on top of that. X marks the spot, comes through onto Forev. Annihilate's getting a little bit low, but now there's that Sunder on a Dubu. He's forced to retreat. You take a look at Farev. They'll finally grab themselves a second one, but it's coming quite a bit of damage on the side of CES, and there's the toss. Annihilate in so much trouble. He's already used that Sunder. He's going to be dead. Mario is getting chased down by MP. That X marks the spot. It's not going to be in the right spot, or at least not at the right time, and Kunkka's just going to get away. But you take a look. MJW still trying to get this kill, and now he gets the Burrow Strike, but he is killed off, and Dubu survives. And as I say, Dubu survives. He drops to the caustic finale of MJW. So it ends up being a 4 for 3. So that was Aegis popped on the side of Tiny, or on Immortal side on Tiny. A little bit of gold goes the way of CES, a little bit of a gold advantage exchange and all of that. But still, Immortal is making gold and making progress on these items. AC is close to getting finished for this Tiny. You take a look at the Naga, getting close to that Radiance, and when that comes out, it's going to be a little bit of trouble for CES, just due to the fact that they're behind by so much. So there it is. There's the AC finished off, as well as the Radiance at the same time. And you thought that last fight was hard for CES. Now they got to go up against a Radiance and an AC. It's going to be even tougher. So CS are kind of forced into this playmaking mode where they have to be aggressive. Hookshot hits onto Mario, as well as the Global Silence. Nowhere to go, nowhere to run. And this is the end of the line for that Shadow Demon. They're looking for more. They're looking to come in on DK as well as the Kunkka. Starting to run, but MP is here with the Burrow Strike hitting, as well as the X. The bow comes in, but the Song is out to lock in 3 of these heroes. Immortals, they're looking to take this fight. It's going to be over in just a moment. Farev comes through with the Ice Path, landing on all 3. Macropire toss, 1, 2, dead. It's a double kill for MP. He's looking for more. The Avalanche, she's not going to land as the Burrow Strike is out from MJW. He's got that urn on him. He's going to be used up by the Jakiro into the Ice Path. There's going to be the Sandstorm trying to stay alive for a little bit longer, but Qo gets the kill. 4 kills for the side of Immortals, and they lose none. So they take that tier 2 over bottom. They've taken the tier 3 over top. It's just push on push on push, and no answer for CS, down 12,000 net worth. Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. In comes MP, a little bit aggressive, no Aegis on him. But with this Naga illusion starting to really burn away at Mario, here comes Febby with the cogs, with the battery assault. Throne Tree gets the kill. MP, nice little toss over of that tree to get the kill. And from there, they take the racks, they retreat successfully. CES, no answer. So 29-17. For every kill that CES has, 1,000 net worth has been added to the side of Immortals. And they'll happily take it. Top of the net worth is the Tiny, and he's looking for that Daedalus next. Such a strong hero right now, hitting very hard. And a lot of armor as well. 18 armor on his path comes through. It's an He's going to be in a little bit of trouble. The Macropire's there, as well as a nice loot placed hookshot. It's going to be on 2 heroes to lock him up in the cogs. MP's going to get very low, but he's going to be pushed away. MJW going to continue the chase, but he's got the Glimmer Cave to keep himself alive for just a moment longer. The urn comes through. Farev's going to be dropped by DK. The Global Silence comes out, so there's no Burrow Strike coming through from MJW just yet. There finally is one. One more shot. He gets the kill, but here comes Qo to wipe him up. They've got 2 dead. Annihilate's nowhere to be found. There's the mirror image, and with all these illusions, with the Radiance burning away, as well as the battery assault, it's going to be 3 kills going the way of Immortals. It's a 4th with the kill on Mario. Just Kunkka survives. He has to walk with his sword between his legs and tell the story of a battle lost over in his well. Missed the fight recap on that one. Immortals, they are just annihilating again. Push is on from Qo over on this mid lane. They'll take this tier 2. Nobody alive to really contest this.
just got knocked down.
And here come the illusions to burn you away with that radiance. Meanwhile, the illusions pushing bottom. Mid's getting pushed in a little bit. Immortals playing with their food back to 1,000 net worth per every death they've had. Not bad. Over mid. MJW, it's time to run. It is time to run, but Febi's not going to let you have that opportunity. The Burrow Strike, he tried to place the cogs a little bit more forward to lock in MJW after the Burrow Strike. Just not enough. Almost very well played by Febi. And MJW over top. Again, Burrow Strike, Sandstorm, Avalanche is going to land. Now MJW, it's time to run, buddy. The blink into the trees. He's not letting you get too far. The toss in. Wills to stay alive for just a moment, but here comes QO and the rest of Immortals. MP looking at these creep waves, and it really... 1, 2, 3, they're gone. So they look for another set of racks. There's going to be the blink in with the toss, as well as a couple of hits. The Avalanche lands. Dead you are. That's going to be 2 dead. The buyback's immediately there from Mario. Let's see if maybe they can make a case in holding this Rax, but it's going to be very tough, especially with the song coming through. Let's see if they can line up the Ice Path getting charged up. Stop for just a moment. They look to line it up on both the Viper and the Kunkka. The toss comes in as well as the Global Silence. 1, 2, 3 shots. You're out of here. DK Annihilate. They're both going to fall. They're both going to buy back. Kunkka's going to drop as well. He's going to be dead. They're looking for more. Mario hits the deck. They look for Annihilate. They're going to get him done. And that is 4 dead. DK looking to survive only for the sheer fact that they've called GG, and the Ancient drops. So Immortals take an easy series 2-0. 40-19, 32 minutes in, and it looked very clean from the side of Immortals. Who are they playing next? They are up against Digital Chaos next, and that'll be at 10 o'clock tonight. Coming up next is Optic Gaming versus VGJ Storm. So stay right there. We'll be back with that in just a moment. I'm your caster, BCop, at BCop92 on Twitter. Follow me there to know when I am casting, and it's been a pleasure. Thank you, Immortals, for a very exciting series. We'll be back in just a moment with the next one coming up.